Hello everyone, my name is Yue Kun Li. I'm the Philippines Country Manager for ClassIn. In today's presentation, I'll be sharing with you how ClassIn can help you manage your institution's scheduling and resources, conduct high-quality, interactive learning sessions, as well as keeping your students and teachers connected both on and offline. In particular, I'll introduce to you ClassIn's Institution Management Dashboard, ClassIn Online Classroom, and ClassIn X Smart Classroom Solution. So let's get started from our ClassIn Institution Management Dashboard. This dashboard enables you to manage all of your academic affairs, from lesson schedules to learning progress analysis. In the dashboard, you can take care of all of your teachers and students, plan your lessons, manage learning resources, monitor and evaluate lessons, as well as configuring your classroom setups. So in the Teaching tab, school administrators can easily manage teachers and students and edit their lesson schedules. By clicking on Teacher, you can supervise all of your teachers and review their lesson plans as well as their performances. Here, you can enroll teachers by clicking Add Teachers. When you need to add more than one, you can simply use batch adding to save time and hassle. After this, you will be able to see the list of all of your teachers enrolled right here. You can manage them efficiently by checking more detailed teaching data and grant resource access by clicking on their names. Same logic in the student management. You can add students by clicking Add Student at the top right corner of the screen, and batch adding is also available here. Once you have finished adding all of your students, you will be able to see the list of students in your Student tab. And here you can look up their course schedule as well as their learning report to see every individual's status and learning progress. In the Course tab, you can set up courses and check your class data. Now, before I move on, I wanted to quickly clarify the two types of courses, the standard course and the public course. Standard course is a regular course carried out during the entire semester with recurring lessons happening week after week, whereas the public course is more suitable for a one-off event such as mass presentations or webinars. In the same way, when you add lessons in the standard course, you can add them in batch as well and configure the teachers, teaching assistants, scheduling, authorized resources, and so on and so forth. In the Drive tab, you can manage learning resources that I have mentioned just before. The Institutional Cloud Drive helps school admins to distribute textbooks and other materials with only one click directly to your teachers and students. Now, the ClassIn Cloud Drive supports a variety of different types of files, including images, videos, audios, PowerPoint slides, PDF files, Word documents, and even Excel files. So whatever the file type, you can freely share with teachers and students without fixing the file format. Once you have assigned the courseware to teachers, they can easily open the assigned material inside the online classroom and teach with ease. The ClassIn monitoring feature allows you to track lesson attendance and performances. You can check every lesson's progress and outcomes, including finished lessons, ongoing lessons, and even future scheduled lessons. Now, if a lesson is ongoing, school administrators can enter into the classroom invisibly to watch the lesson live without being detected. If a lesson is finished, administrators can get the attendance data in detail. You can even check how long each teacher and student stayed in the classroom and if there was any disruption during the class. Or you can also check the screenshots or watch the lesson playback to evaluate the performance of your teachers and students. In the Setting tab, you can customize your institution with basic settings, classroom report templates, and others. You can embed your school logo into your virtual classroom and customize the teaching tools you'd like to bring into your online class. So we're moving on from the dashboard to the ClassIn app. Here is where teachers and students can actually interact. The ClassIn app is your digital counterpart of your offline classroom. In here, you can do everything you do in your typical campus, like conducting lessons, chatting with students, organizing learning resources, handing out materials, completing homework, tests, and many more. Here's how. So when you first log into ClassIn, you will see a few chat rooms on the left-hand side. These chat rooms work as classrooms, simply corresponding to the classes that's been set up by school administrators in the dashboard. Communications between teachers and students are fully instantaneous here, anywhere, anytime. Beyond messaging, teachers and students can also share reading materials or other useful resources with each other inside these online chat rooms. And additionally, students may be able to create a temporary classroom to prepare for a group presentation or simply form an impromptu discussion with their classmates. Aside from the chat, there are also task and test tabs on the side. In the task tab, teachers can assign homework to students and provide feedback afterwards. To assign homework, simply click Assign Task, and then put in relevant information and descriptions, as well as attaching necessary task files or web links. After your students have submitted their homework, teachers can review the entire class's submission status and provide individual feedback to students all throughout the ClassIn app. In the Test tab, teachers can hand out test sheets. They can add questions from their question bank in the cloud drive or simply formulate new questions on the fly. The test questions can be saved into the cloud drive, and the test sheets can be distributed directly to their students. Teachers can also set the deadline, the test duration, and many other settings after drafting these questions. Now, if you click on Course on the left, you will see a calendar showing your daily lesson schedule. You can actually check the lesson schedule day by day in the Calendar tab or Course by Course in the All Course tab. The good thing about checking course by course is that it shows all the lessons you've gone through and the ones that you will have in the future. So you can check the lesson progress very easily. Also, if your past lessons are recorded, you can actually watch the lesson playback by clicking on the play button right here. Teachers and school admins can check every single student's performance in the learning report, which primarily includes lesson attendance and in-class activity participation. These reports are automatically generated by ClassIn after each lesson. You can assess the participation record of the student by checking how many trophies they won, how many interactive teaching tools they were using, or how long each student was speaking with the teacher inside the classroom. Also, students can easily take notes right on the app during the lesson, and the notes are actually saved with a screenshot of the Blackboard writings. The class notes can be found in the learning report after every single lesson. With the Blackboard writings all saved up, students may remember very clearly what they have learned and help them revise effectively and efficiently. Also, since all the class notes are shareable, students can share notes with their peers and learn with each other. So once we're all set with our class preparations, we can just jump straight into the classroom. Now, when you first enter into the classroom, what you'll see is the interactive Blackboard. This Blackboard is where most of our lesson activities are conducted. So above the board here is a seating area. Now, teachers and students' cameras will be seated on here. If a teacher or teaching assistant hovers their mouse over a student's camera, a few buttons will appear underneath the camera. These buttons can be customized, so they may differ from each other from time to time. However, let me show you the most commonly used features here. So first is authorization. Now, teachers can authorize their students to let them actively engage with the lesson material. And the authorized students can make use of the toolbar on the right-hand side to write, draw, and move things on the board. However, suppose each student is scribbling or moving things on the board in a very large size class with more than 20 or 30 students. It will be quite chaotic from time to time. So to prevent this, teachers can take away the authorization of the students once a class activity is completed. And second is mute. In an online classroom, everyone will be in a different location, and sometimes there happens to be noises in the background. In this case, teachers can put a specific student on mute one by one, or put everyone on mute with one click. If a student's sound wave moves up and down, this means that the student is talking over there or there is noise in the background. When this happens, The teacher or teaching assistant can find the student and choose to mute. If the microphone icon is shown in red, this means that the student sound is turned off by the teacher. And the third thing is raise hands. Students can choose to raise hands to get a chance to speak or ask a question. And also, when teachers bring up a question in a classroom, students can choose to raise their hand and get a chance to answer that question. If the students are performing really well, teachers can provide instant positive reinforcement by rewarding trophies. Now, the teachers can use the number of trophies as an indicator to assess their students' performances later on. And you still remember I mentioned that school administrators can manage the school resources and then authorize them to their teachers, right? So in the Cloud Drive icon inside the classroom, the teachers can check the authorized files and open them during their lessons. Several different files can run together in the Blackboard, and teachers and students can highlight or write on open files together. Next, let's go over a few teaching tools that enable students to play the leading role in a classroom. First, the breakout rooms. I personally reckon the best part of online lesson is a breakout session. Students rarely had a chance to obtain an individualized spotlight or a chance to interact with others in a classroom. However, with the breakout sessions, students can get more chances to interact with their peers and express their own opinions and discuss with their classmates. Teachers can split the class into up to 50 groups. When students are assigned to groups, they can still see the lesson content, which may guide them to progress into a more in-depth discussion. And even if a student loses connection, the student can still re-enter to the group and continue the discussion with their classmates. Teachers can broadcast their voices during the group discussion or pop into specific groups to help facilitate discussions with individual students. Secondly, teachers can give a pop quiz with a selector or the small Blackboard to help students learn by practicing. For example, the teacher can write a question on the board and set up the correct answer. The students can answer through the selector. And after the quiz, everyone in the classroom can review their results, and the quiz results will be recorded in each student's learning report for further evaluation. The small Blackboard can be used to give students a short answer quiz or small tasks like short essay questions. When teachers hand out the small Blackboards, they can check individual students answering in real time. When the answers are all taken back, teachers and students can review the answers together. The teacher will also have the option to save all the small Blackboard writings for further evaluation even after the lesson finishes. With a comprehensive set of teaching tools built in, teachers can design and conduct many other types of activities to better engage with their students and make their lessons more interesting. By allowing the students to actively participate in the class proceeding, the quality of learning is well guaranteed.